Hello and welcome to FX Street Currency in Play. I'm Matt Brown. I'm joined by Ryan Littlestone, who is from forexflow.live. Thank you very much for coming in on this lovely Tuesday morning, Ryan.
My pleasure.
Let's have a quick look at the top trends. Looks kind of pound focus. UK construction PMI returns to contraction in September. And a big miss on expectations. So here we are. September figure came in at 48.1, obviously below 50, which indicates, as we say, a contraction in construction. What's driving that? Do you think it's Brexit? Do you think it's just a bit of a slowdown that we're seeing in the UK economy? Well,
it's a sizable miss.
Yeah.
And when the market's so focused on the next BOE hike, any poor data like this, traders are going to start writing down those expectations. But yeah, it is a worry. Construction was the strong number when we started the sort of recovery a couple of years ago. It steamed ahead of everything else, and it's been on the slide for a while now. Brexit is going to be playing a part of it, but even so, we still saw strong employment numbers over the last couple of years within that because the skill shortage is coming into construction. So perhaps there is some worries. Perhaps there's a bit seasonal as well towards the end of the year, but it's a definite worry. And if you're trading a BOE, it's a big worry.
Understood. And as we see here, cable fades the spike to 132.80 post PMI. And we're going to look at a chart in a moment, but we'll just touch on dollar yen as well. To reach for high 110s in the medium term. So Deutsche Bank are basically saying this 110 handle, we've spoken about it on the show before.
Yeah.
Look, dollar yen is just going to trade around that. Maybe, obviously, we're currently up, I think, around the 113 level. So, but again, 110. Seems like the handle there from Deutsche Bank. So let's have a look at a couple of the charts. Cable, look, really kind of, as we said, fading that spike, got up above 136 at one point. Yeah. And now we're seeing a flow of data that is negative for the pound. Mr. Carney may have got himself into a bit of a pickle with regards to a rate hike now.
Yeah, we spoke about this yesterday. We were looking at the 133 level. That's the level I said it was going to be a key level, and here we are. We've traded all the way down through it. It's broken, and trading-wise, that's going to be your first big resistance point up against there, 133, 133.10. So if you are looking to enter into shorts, if you miss this move, then wait for a test of that. If we get a test there, then that's the place to short. But yeah, we said you've got to watch the data, and if the data starts turning south again, then Carney's in a position where he's promising rate hikes. If the economy stays on its same path that it is at the moment, but now we're seeing the data dropping, that's not the same path, that's a different path. So it's going to put the soft pressure in, and Brexit again. We're hearing from Juncker today, that insufficient progress has been made on Brexit. They're not sure if there's enough to go to the next round of talks. So again, we hear good news from the likes of Davis and May, and then from the European side, it's all doom and gloom. And again, the Brexit trade is always going to be there, bubbling and weighing on the pound. And as soon as you get some bad news, then all the bad news starts stacking up. The price is only going to go one way.
And when you've got Brexit Minister David Davis saying he's going to step down, retire after 2019, it feels like he's reaching the end of his tenure. He's probably fed up with it. So that doesn't bode well. But also, looking at the US dollar, we've got key data coming out, PMI's ISM market, and obviously non-farm on Friday. So it feels like the ball's in the dollar court at the moment. If we see some strong numbers come out, maybe some wage growth on Friday in the non-farm, I think the non-farm number will probably come in quite low due to obviously the hurricane impact. But if we see some wage growth, then this is all dollar positive, and certainly for cable at the moment, with weaker data, macro data coming out, it's not boding that well.
Yeah, that's right. But we saw a funny one yesterday in the ISM. It came out, and the inflation, the prices paid number was up through the roof. I think it was at 6-year highs or something. But when you read the comments in the survey itself, it was all hurricane related. Short supplies of materials pushing the prices up. So the market jumped through 113 a touch, and then jumped up. I can't remember, up to near 113. Then it came back down again because the market read through the inflation. They were looking for inflation, they got it, but when they saw the actual finer details, the market sold off again. I still think we're seeing some beginning of the month flows going through because dollar yen's up today. You know, we've got a good print out of Japanese consumer sentiment this morning, which obviously helped. So you can see we're back into 113. But we need to take on those highs, the recent highs when we first went in there. There's some big offers sitting at 113.30. We hear on the chat. But then if we do carry on up, then you've got to look at those 114 highs, 114.60.
Understood. That's on dollar yen. And let's have a quick look at the news flow or what we can expect from the calendar today. Look, it's small. FOMC member Powell is speaking today. Obviously, we've got Yellen later on in the week. We touched on off air, we were talking about gold. Now, I think gold's trading around 1270. So that's fallen out of favour. I think oil's a little bit lower. Could we put this down to dollar strength, though?
Yeah, a little bit. Plus, we've also still got some easing of the North Korea troubles. You know, fortunately, touch wood, they've been quiet for a couple of weeks, a week or so. And there was a big level there in gold at 1300, and that's broken. It's been one-way traffic ever since. Around the 1250 mark is where you're probably going to start to find some support. But yeah, you know, when the market's got North Korean headlines every day, then gold you won. But with the gain in the dollar, like you say, you know, that's also put some pressure on gold. So you know, it's just turning slightly bearish at the moment.
Understood. And we haven't looked at euro dollar, but are there any other currency pairs at the moment that you're looking? Maybe the Aussie, the Kiwi, and the Canadian dollar as well. And anything else kind of jumping out at you in a second?
Yeah, the Aussie's an interesting one. Obviously, we had the RBA last night, which was mildly dovish. They're in neutral gear at the moment, but the comments are the same old, you know, talking down the currency, how the currency will affect the economy if it's too high, so on and so forth. And we're seeing that, you know, for the last few days, it's been on the slide, and it's another one that seems like it's one-way traffic. You know, it's definite rally seller at the moment. So if you want to get into that, then you pick your big support, big resistance levels, and trade against them, and you should get some reward out of that one, especially with US dollar strength as well.
Fantastic. Well, Ryan, again, thank you very much for joining us today on FX Street Currency in Play, and hopefully we'll have you back on the show very soon.
Lovely.